Are they real?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're real.
All eyes on T.
Are those your eyes?
For real?
Yes, they're my eyes.
All eyes on T.
I'm so sorry for staring.
No, you're not.
Your mama should have taught you better.
All eyes on T.
Want to know the how-to, the when, did, and all the whys?
Yes. All eyes on T.
Want to sit back and relax with a drink in your hands?
All eyes on T.
Hear the scoop in the news with all my friends.
All eyes on T.
Want to say something? Don't.
All eyes on T.
Hey. Welcome back to All Eyes on T with Tanya D. Listen, I've been very busy, so I've been not doing any shows, but I'm back. I'm trying to get it together and everything. And I hope that you all are subscribing so you can see my shows and all of the, just please subscribe to this show. Anyway, so let me tell you about my week. Busy. That's all I've been doing. Working, busy, and just busy. I've been traveling a lot. And now I'm taking time and sitting back. I'm tired of spending money and stuff like that. And trying to get this podcast together because I wanted to go somewhere far. But today, let's talk about what's going to happen today. I have some special guests to talk with me about reinventing yourself. Like if you get laid off from your job or you just want to follow your dream, these people that I have in my studio today can help you get there or inspire you to get there because they did it. They and when I say they have multiple things that they're doing, they are doing it and they're making it happen. So anyways, let me introduce my guest to you. To my left, I have Rolonda Watts. She is the Emmy Award winning Rolonda Watts. Everybody give a clap up for her. Yes. And if you don't know her, you definitely will know her. As soon as she opens her mouth to speak, you definitely know. But I'll give you a little tip. She's a talk show host. She was a former anchor for Channel 7? Channel 7. Yeah. Channel. Oh my God, she did it all. And now she's the big time voice actress.
Returning to daytime television.
Yes, and got a show.
Show.
Yeah, you'll tell us all about
Sherry.
it. Yeah, yes, Sherry, and she's on Mind Your Business on Bounce TV. She's doing a lot of things. An author and a comedian. Oh my God.
Survival of the Thickest.
Yes. Oh my God, she's doing her thing. She's got a lot of things in her hat, and we'll definitely see how you reinvent yourself and keep moving to the top. Also to my left, I have Miss Larissa Bates, former BET executive producer and everything. Welcome to the show. Thank you for stopping by and everything. Yeah, so you're reinventing yourself too, right?
Yes. I have my own company, Facebook Media, where I create content and I also, consult with companies on what's happening in the industry. But for the most part, I'm a creator.
All
So I'm
right,
excited
yes.
about that.
Clap it up for Miss Bates here. Batesville. Like the hotel Bates.
Yeah, that's my uncle. Yeah.
And then all the way to my left, we hear Mr. Charles Hecht, former attorney. No, he's still an attorney. You're still an attorney and a sculpturist. He has went all the way. I've got to hear the story of how you went from being an attorney to, was that in your blood? Like,
not really. It came to me when I was in my 50s.
Wow.
I just helped my daughter out with my granddaughter. I wanted my daughter, who was separated from her husband, to meet more guys. So I took my 2.5-year-old granddaughter and said, I'll keep her for the weekend. And you can't put a 2.5-year-old in front of a TV forever. And I didn't believe in it. So we did what's called street art, which we would buy loose pieces of wood in different shapes, bring them back, and I'd cut them with a jigsaw in my apartment in New York, which the landlord didn't like. And then we would paint them and hang them in the schoolyard at Julia Richmond High School. And then on the weekends, we'd go down there, and people would say how much. We'd say, they're free. But if you want to contribute so we can buy more wood and more paint, there's a coffee can.
Oh,
Put
nice.
whatever you want. And
what kind of attorney? First of all, let's start from the beginning. You were an attorney for how long?
I still am. I did primarily what's called SEC law, which is taking companies public, keeping public companies out of trouble, and defending people when they were charged with violating the federal securities laws. I was a specialist.
Oh, wow. That sounds like, like really big and everything.
There was a lot of tension, and I found that art let me chill out. I can't explain it.
No, I understand it. I definitely understand it because I do music on the other side. So I might be your next singer or something like that. But I'm definitely in tenor sax lessons, starting some voice lessons. I need to be taking some acting classes. So things that I wanted to do, I don't know if it's my next level stuff, but it's something that I want to do right now and everything. Okay, so how long have you been sculpting?
Well, went to night school to take an adult edge class at Pratt called Beginning Metal Sculpture back in 1990, I think, 4. And I didn't know it. At the end of the class, I hadn't made anything, and the guy who ran it, Victor Schmidt, was a terrific teacher. And he said, "What are you making?" So I showed him, this is my plan for sculpture. And he said, "Where are you going to make it?" And I said, "I'll find a place in Brooklyn or Queens to make it." He said, "Don't look. We'll talk later." And after the class ended, it was the last class, he said, "I want you to stay." He said, "On the weekends, my deal with Pratt is I have use of the sculpture shop. Come on down on the weekends and do your thing."
And you've been doing your thing ever since.
You got it.
Okay, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
And then I made a couple of things, and I get a call about 4 months later, and he said, "How would you like to show in Soho?" And I said, "Of course." And he said, "Well, a gallery came in here. They picked out your 2 sculptures. Here's the name of the guy. Call him and work it out." And so I was part of a group show in Soho 4 months later.
Wow.
But I kept working at the studio for the next 15 years.
Wow.
And even longer. And then I ended up getting asked to go to China.
Well,
teach.
yeah, tell me about that. Now, how did you get to China?
China.
Yeah, you got asked to to go to China to show off your pieces or work?
Both.
Okay.
A gallery that had shown me in New York had arranged for a traveling show of what's called Hannah's Flag, which were a joint project with my granddaughter in 3rd grade. And it was based on an African concept that even though all the flags were the same size and the same color, the wind made them differ. It's like Kuba cloths, which look the same, but if you look closely, each pattern is different.
Wow.
So that was the idea. And so the show started in Germany, Berlin. Then it went to Valencia, Spain. And then the third part of the show was in Beijing, China, supposedly. And so I got invited to teach what's called creative art to Chinese artists. Because at that time, most Chinese people were trained to copy. So I didn't speak Chinese. He said, they'll follow you. You'll communicate with them. So when I got over there, my teaching was I would make the sculptures. They would take notes and take pictures because I didn't speak Chinese and they didn't speak English. And it turned out that the show that I was supposed to have couldn't happen because the gallery that I was to show in could only show contemporary Chinese artists.
Oh.
So they asked me back to teach and create, and I could create. And to me, it was heaven because there was good labor there, very competent people, great attitude, and I was able to build huge things.
Well, that's why a lot of companies are over there now because they have great attitudes and easy to work with and everything. Look, they just want to get paid, take care of their families and everything. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
It is, but the attitude I felt changed after 2016. Trump started fighting with the Chinese. So the attitude towards foreign sculptors was, especially American, all of a sudden the prices to us tripled.
Right.
And I just said it doesn't make sense. So that was one of the reasons after almost 20 years, I basically sold everything out, sold my studio out, and set up a studio in Maspeth, Queens.
Okay. All right. So you brought up a couple of pieces and everything. Let me get this one right here. Hold on a second. Okay. So anyways, yeah, while he gets that, how long does it take you to do these sculptures? It's metal, right?
Yes.
It's metal.
This is steel scrap. And I did a series with traditional welds and as part of the sculpture called Burning Bush. And then I started working about 8 months ago with heat to color steel, which is a new technique. And I decided this is the 4th one I've built. And this is the biggest. And this is Burning Bush. And what it's done, it really takes steel, it's thrown out. No one wants it. I get it from welding shops in the store, you know, the bin, the throw-out bin. And these are little punch-outs from big girders that I weld together.
Oh, nice.
And they're welded, so it's interesting. Instead of like this, they're welded like this. So that's how you get the movement and the weight. And,
Yeah. That is so cool. The colors are nice.
oh, I think they're great. And
Yeah.
Leslie, who is my significant other,
Uh-huh.
I had looked at the old sculptures and I had done something called Peace Over War. And she said, they're nice sculptures, but they're drab. Find more color. And I went on the internet and I found a guy who was preaching, use blowtorch heat to color steel. I love the colors that he was getting. And so it took me a while to learn, and he was great. He was a great teacher. And this was the result. And then I got another result of a smaller one over between Larissa.
So do you sell this? You sell
Yes,
this?
of course.
Oh, how much would this go for?
This would go for probably about somewhere between 17 and 20,000.
20. But so the hole in there, is that for you to put a plant in there or something? Or?
Electrical outlet.
Oh.
So if you want to put a light in there at night, it looks cool with a light
Oh,
fanning
you go,
out.
boy. Let me tell you. You just, this is beautiful. I can see it now. I saw it. When you said the light thing, I said, yeah, that would probably be something I put on
it
my
makes
table.
sense, like the burning bush.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. So what's one of your best sculptures that you ever done?
That's one of my best, and the small one I have over there between, you can pass it, is called Peace Over War, and that's worked on the same thing. I'm gonna reach over. And what that is those are thrown out pieces and the welding shop. They're usually pieces of what's called girders, steel, I-beams, and things like that. And when they work in that, they make holes in them to put in wires and things like that for support. Those holes, what's punched out, are what's called plugs. And those plugs are thrown out. And I've taken them and reimagined this as Peace Over War. Because in the Solomon Islands, where Leslie and I have been 3 times, after World War II, we threw out all our military equipment into the ocean. And the people in the Solomons were very upset because they didn't want their water polluted. You can put it on the ground.
Right.
And so what happened was, over the years, the metal basically formed a skeleton for new coral reefs.
Oh.
So now it's 70 years later, you now have coral growing all over them, with the fish coming back, even more plentiful than they were before. So I call that Peace Over War.
That's beautiful. I'm clapping up on that one. That's beautiful.
That's the idea.
Beautiful. So well, actually, I'll ask that the last question for everybody. I want to move on to my next guest, but thank you for explaining your wonderful $20,000 sculpture.
No, for you it's 17.
17. I got 20% discount, everybody. It's beautiful, though. I would definitely, you call it the burning bush?
Right.
Oh my God. I love it. I really do. It speaks to me. And I'm not an artist or anything like that. Like I don't do all that sculpture, paintings and stuff like that. But this piece really speaks to me. Beautiful.
Well, you can thank Leslie in part for that.
Okay,
because
Leslie.
she's the one who said, you got to put more life into some of these things.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And that's how we got to it.
All right. Well, big ups on her too. All right, Leslie, you go, girl. Telling your man what to do. All right. So
suggesting. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take that back. I'll take it back. But anyways, my next guest is Larissa Bates, CEO of Batesville Media, or is it media or communications?
Yeah,
Media.
media.
And former BET executive. So definitely tell me what you are working on these days now.
Oh, gosh, what I'm not working on. So as I was saying before, like I'm a creator. So I am writing. I have different partners. I have writing partners. I'm producing content. I could be produced for hire. I'm also an executive producer, and so I produce other projects that get put on different platforms. So that's like really, really fun. So I always knew that I wanted to be more of a, entrepreneur in my space. I'm also an author as well. I've written a couple books, Bonita Renee Jenkins, Brooklyn hairdresser turns secret agent.
Wait a minute. You wrote these books
during COVID. Bonita Renee Jenkins.
And COVID?
During COVID.
Wow.
Well, actually, the first book was written when I was still in between, like I worked for Showtime before I started BET, and I self-published it, and it just sort of kind of, it was good because I said I want to write a book, right? So I wrote the book, and years later, during COVID, a friend of mine read the book, and he was like, "You need to get this republished. Like, people need to see this book." And I said, "Yeah, I mean, it's a fun ride. It's an action drama." So I, got a 2-book deal with a major publishing house, and I wrote it during, like, both of them. Both were launched during COVID. One was launched in like October of 22. The other one was October of 20, and then the next one was October of 21. And I'm supposed to be working on the third one, which people keep asking me about the book, and I'm like, I'm gonna get around to it. Yeah, it's on my list, like my long checklist of things I want to do. So, but I love creating, and I love working with other artists, other writers, and so as we talked about before. The new wave, like, what's the new wave? The new wave is microdramas. And so that I am completely passionate about it, but I like to call myself like, what do you call it? Multi-hyphenated.
Okay. Jack of all trades, if you don't understand. Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades, or, what is it? Jack of all trades, master of one.
Right.
There can only be one.
Right.
I think that's what it is.
So the dramas, the little short dramas and everything,
that's dramas.
Your next.
That's my next thing.
So for anybody who wants to know about these little short dramas, they're on your phone. Literally, they're on
mobile,
Instagram.
right.
They're on TikTok. They'll stop you, and you get hooked on these little soap operas. That's what it is. Soap operas.
Mini soap operas, exactly. Mini soap operas.
So they're like, what, 60 seconds? But they have like maybe 30 something episodes.
Sometimes they're up to 100.
Yeah. Whatever. It is good. I'm hooked on it. I have like real shorts. What is it?
Like real shorts, iDrama.
I have like 5
Drama
these things
Wave.
because Drama Wave, that's another good one. All these little shorts, they be showing up on Instagram, and I get hooked. Next thing you know, I'm spending my money try to get to the next episode and everything. But
exactly.
So if you're going to start those,
I want to start that, and then obviously.
So is it going to be African American?
Yes.
Oh.
I think that one of the things is that which I love is that you have to find what the white space is, right? And so right now. There's a lot like it's basically started in Asia. It's and they started really doing COVID. Like I think it really popped in about 2017, 2018 on your mobile phone. It's basically vertical. It's vertical cinema, right? So it's a difference between like some of the platforms that you can download like a Netflix, but you can only download it horizontally. So no one's going to hold their phone like this. Right. So that's why it's going to be really popular. And they're very, they range, right? Very, very cheesy.
So cheesy.
Always
very cheesy.
But the stories are so fascinating. You're like, because there's a cliffhanger after every episode.
Every single one of makes you want to buy, buy,
right? And so I just fell into it, and I've been telling people who want to listen and don't want to listen, I'm like, this is the next wave. So part of my job as an executive was always about research and finding out what's happening in the trends in the marketplace and what we need to be looking at, and especially when it comes to Black content. It's not there. Like right now, it's open season. It's like, because usually there's because it was in the Asian market, you got a lot of Asian content, which I love the Asian content. And then you've got, I would say general market, but you've got a lot of the white actors, but they're not known. And I've met a lot of the a couple of the writers and the directors and the producers, and what they've said is that once that you do more of these, you only have a certain amount of actors, and they start to rise to the top. So then they're walking down the street and someone's saying, "Hey, you played Drew, like you played this character, Damien, like you were the billionaire." And so it's really funny, like that when you see how these these actors, they work all the time, and so there's tons of articles now that's written about them, and I love if you read more about them, you just put in microdramas and you'll see how that's the next wave, and now Hollywood is they're getting on board now, right? Now they're saying, "Oh man," but I don't know if anybody remember there was Quibi, that came
Oh,
out.
Quibi, yeah.
So that was, I just think Katzenberg, that was just before his time.
Yeah.
And it was really expensive, and it unfortunately blew through, over $1 billion in 6 months because, even though he had the right idea, it was just too expensive because now most of these things they're cheap, like 150, 200, 300,000 to make. But you can make anything from the way they edit it, 30 episodes to 100 episodes.
Right, to 100, yeah.
And 60 seconds to 2 minutes, right? But it's all about pulling that. So I'm really excited about that. And then at the same time, I'm into tech, right? So
yeah, this is, wait a minute. So you left BET when?
I left BT 2024.
Yes.
So February 24.
No, she was an executive at BET and decided to up her game by reinventing herself and becoming
multi-hyphenated.
Right.
Multi-hyphenated. I love it. So it depends. I mean, I love the idea of creating, whether it's creating actual content, whether it's movies or series or, working with other writers, other creators on that.
Right.
But also creating apps. Like that's my new thing. I've really been falling in love with more AI and learning about AI tools.
So you're not scared of AI? Because everybody's scared of it.
Not at all. You cannot be. It's not going anywhere. I taught a class like last month, and it was AI for screenwriters. And, that's the big thing, saying someone's going to steal my idea. Listen, there's only about 5 ideas, in the world, right? Maybe a little bit, a couple more of those. But, as long as you are in control, and as opposed to letting the tools control you, you control what you want it to say. And it's a helpmate. And that's when you have to look at it. But you have to learn it, and you have to realize you can't be afraid of it because it's not going anywhere. And it's actually, it's growing so fast you can't even keep up with a lot of the tools. But I'm a creature of learning, so I love being involved and learning this, and literally, like, what's the new me? It's like, what's the new shiny penny?
All right, so what apps are you working on right now? What apps?
So I'm working, as we talked about before, I'm working on a project management app that's really for the creators.
Okay.
And the way I look at it is, I'm a fixer. So I'm an fixer and I'm an executor, and I'm like, what's the problem? So I look at what I need as an executive or an entrepreneur, and I say, hey, you know what? I've got about 10 projects, 20 projects at any given time. Where are they in different stages? And I want to be able to track that more than just have an Excel document. So, or remembering it here.
Right.
So I'm basically saying, hey, you know what? And then I start asking questions like, you want to do the market research.
Okay.
You usually start off with your friends or family members or people who are, people in the business to say, hey, if I create this, what do you guys think? And they're like, yeah, that's what's missing. So working through that, but literally learning different programs. Because I'm not, I took a programming class, a coding class in high school. And I should have kept it going because I would have been a gazillionaire at this area because I loved even doing that in high school. Got off my game with that. But to find programs now where you can literally create without knowing how to code.
So I'm going to interject there. So my dad's a techie. And some of the tech stuff that I remember him teaching me.
Yeah.
Comes back to me every once in a while. And I swear I didn't want to work on computers and all that other stuff, but let me tell you what my dad did when we were living overseas, okay? We were living in Germany. Video games were coming out at that time. My dad said, you want a game? Code it.
Love it, yeah.
So me and my sister we wanted to play this Olympic game. It was an Olympic game. We wanted the skaters and the ski people. We had to sit there and program that computer to play that game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't ask me if I could do that now because I can't. Okay, can't do it right now.
Well, you can do it without the coding.
Yeah,
you can find the right program.
Yeah, exactly, and probably good.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and that's one. And then just another system, because my thing is, I love to be able to figure out how to do it myself. I've always been like that. If I can figure out how to do it myself, and I'm talking to other people who know how to do it, you can't get over on me because I'm like, oh no, I know that piece.
Right.
That's how it did with my career in corporate,
Right.
Where I learned so many different aspects.
Exactly.
And so,
exactly.
and to take those experiences, whether, at one point I worked for the Parks Department where I had to
Right.
write contracts. So,
Well, everything that you do in your life definitely leads up to that one
everything
big one, that
right,
one big thing.
learning that,
Yeah.
learning how accounting, how
Yeah.
important that is, learning business, that's
Yeah.
important, learning how to write, learning how to deal with people,
Right.
taking classes on just how to speak and,
Uh-huh.
and speech. Like, one of the things that I always want to do, and hopefully I will get to that's on my checklist, is like a TED Talk. Because I think everyone has a story.
Oh, definitely.
And they need to tell the story and not be afraid. And so I think that in my second part of my career, I want to be able to be fearless and not to be so caught up in. I never want to get to a place again where I'm like, I wish I have done that.
Yeah. Well,
Now-
there should be no at this time of our lives. There should be no more. Wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Exactly. Just try it.
Just do it.
Just do it. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the Nike commercial. Like,
Yeah,
just
just do
do
it.
And if you don't, who cares if you fail? It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You've
You don't
learned
want to
from
have
it.
any regrets. And that's the
Right.
thing that I always tell my children and everything. Try everything. So you
Yeah.
can always say, I did that. I tried it, didn't like it. Or you
Right.
tried it and you liked it.
Right.
Try everything. Just
Exactly.
do everything that your little heart desires.
Exactly. So
But-
that's the big thing, because when people say, and just that just makes my blood boil. And they say, I wish I could do that.
You
Well,
could.
You could, and you can
Yeah.
if you
try.
try.
Gotta try.
So
It's
that's
like going to
what-
the gym. If you want to lose weight or get fit or whatever,
You have
first
to do
step,
it.
you just got to get up and go. So.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Lady. We're going to definitely come back to everybody and talk about your next. If you were to do something over again in your life, what would you do? Think about that now. What would you be? If you-
I would totally, like I said, I would totally like focus 100% on tech.
Yeah. Okay.
I would be the tech girl. I mean, it'd probably be like, techie world or creative.
Tech girl.
Tech
girls.
I would do that.
All right, so we're going to move on to my last guest, Miss Rolonda Watts,
Yes.
the Emmy Award-winning young lady right here, for all her work that she's done in the television business for 25, more than that?
40 years.
40. Give her claps up, everybody. Big ups on that. Give her big ups on that.
40.
Love it. Love it. 40 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start it off from the beginning, Miss Rolonda Watts. When you were a young child, what did you want to be?
Everything I am today.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a detective. I wanted to, I used to ask so many questions and tell so many stories. My father would give me a tape recorder and say, go in the room and tell the story, make up all the sound effects, all the voices. And I'd go in this room for hours just playing on this tape recorder. And I look at my life today, and that's what I do. I go into a little room and I make up a lot of voices. Today, those voices get paid, though.
Exactly. Let's make that work and everything.
But I used to line up my dolls and teddy bears and walk back and forth, tapping a ruler in my hand. And I don't know if that was becoming the teacher that I am today or the talk show host that I am today. But everything goes back to the things I loved as a child.
That's a beautiful thing that that you can say that, because a lot of people can't say that they dreamt something when they were a child, and now it is. It just is right now. So what are you working on now, Miss Watts? What are you working on?
Gosh, where do I begin?
Yeah, wait. Before you start. I got to big you up. She was ABC's anchor back in the 80s. Yes, the 80s. And how long were you an anchor?
Well, I started in North Carolina with WFNY, CBS affiliate. Then I moved to New Jersey Network. Then I moved to WNBC, WABC, Inside Edition, then the Rolonda Show. Then I'd done everything in New York and decided to try new stuff and went out to Hollywood and became an actor, writer, producer, author, voice actor.
Was that scary for you to give all what you knew as far as television news and everything, just to stop doing that and go pursue acting?
Whenever I thought, what are you doing to give up everything in New York and go to Hollywood, which was crazy. At that time, they were saying, if you're over 30 and you're black and you're a woman, forget about Hollywood. And I was like, screw you. I'm going to do this anyway.
Right.
The biggest risk was what would happen if I didn't do it.
There you go. There you
And
go.
it really was just what you guys were saying. It's like I'm not going to be 100 years old sitting on the porch going, I coulda, woulda,
Exactly.
shoulda.
Yeah.
I could have been a contender. if I only tried. And, I really am happy about the risks that I've taken. I think if you don't risk, you don't live. And when I die, my epitaph's going to say, all used up.
That's awesome.
I love that one. I love that. All used up.
All
Okay.
used up.
Okay, so you wrote a book. You're an author.
Destiny Lingers, a romance suspense novel. It's endorsed by Dr. Maya Angelou.
Who is
who is my auntie.
There you
Not
go.
by blood, but by family association.
That's auntie there. I don't care what you
that's
say.
my auntie. But she endorsed the book, and I always admired her life and always wanted to write, I wrote my first sonnet at 16. I wrote a book, a story, which will be a children's book, when I was 12. So writing was always a thing for me, too. So being able to manifest that as a novelist and as a journalist, and hopefully as a memoirist and a screenplay writer before I check out of here, writing has always, it's basically storytelling.
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
different things I've done, it all revolves around storytelling.
Oh, well, that's beautiful. And then you're working on a couple of projects.
I have 2 sitcoms.
Yeah, 2 sitcoms.
Mind Your Business on Bounce TV, a wonderful family
Love the show.
oriented sitcom. It's
Love
so
the
good,
show.
so
We need
good.
more black family sitcoms that are supposed to be flooding the TV. I wish it wasn't on Bounce because they don't have Bounce on here in Jersey or something like that. I
They
think.
don't. They don't.
Well,
No.
so I'll tell you what, it may be on Bounce, but people are finding
Yeah,
it.
I'm
we,
gonna find
we,
it. Yeah,
we
I
have
found it. Don't
tremendous
worry.
ratings.
Don't worry,
yeah.
I found it.
I know
But
you
it's
can
just
go.
not- yeah.
you know you're in trouble when you have to go bouncetv.com/find us. but you can find us.
Yes, but it like when I was home in Jacksonville, Florida, visiting my mom. She has Bounce. Like Florida still have some states don't have it. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, good show.
You can find it on Paramount.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Good show. Full
Yeah.
of laughter. It reminds me back when I was like in the 90s or something like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When I used to rush home to go see Living Color and everything. That's
Yeah.
what it brings me back
Well,
to.
we are trying. The director is Bentley Evans, who
Hey, Bentley.
Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
fame, Martin Lawrence fame, but we're
Yeah.
trying to bring back that family. Now we're not the perfect family.
No,
In fact, we need
but-
a referee most of the
But
time.
that one, who's perfect?
I know, but it's really fun to play the matriarch of a family.
Yes,
and,
yes.
coming into my age into these roles, and also I play Khalil's mom, his irresponsible mother, on Survival of the Thickest on Netflix.
Wait a minute. And we had a cartoon that you were doing? Okay.
That's it.
That's
on,
a voice acting thing. But
that's called Invincible Fight Girl.
yes, and I
that's on
watched
HBO
every
Max.
single episode. That wasn't good. That was good.
Wasn't that good?
Yes, it was. And then every once in a while, she pops up on Lifetime.
Right.
What's the other one? Lifetime. What's the
Hallmark? No.
Yeah, Hallmark. The
Hallmark.
Hallmark channel.
Hallmark.
Yeah, girl, you be popping up everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
been around a long time.
Yeah, popping up. I was like, wait a minute, stop that. Is that Rolonda? Roll that back. That's Rolonda. Girl. She was she's like in 50 million things. But like I said, she keeps reinventing and doing. These people that I have on my show right now keeps elevating. And I need to elevate myself. But y'all are teaching me. You know what I'm saying? I have dreams and more dreams and aspirations. I definitely want to keep going. And
Just get a
everything.
checklist.
Yeah.
Get your checklist and start checking them off.
You know what? And that's what I did.
did.
I just told there was a young lady in there. I work with her in the studio every once in a while. I'll go in her studio and I'll put down some tracks.
Right.
My first love is music.
Oh.
Music.
Well,
So
what do you want to do with that?
Huh?
What do you want to
What
do with
you
the
gonna
music?
do?
Well, I'm taking lessons, tenor sax lessons right now. I was a tenor sax player for years, in high school, since middle school until college. And then I stopped because I fell into TV. Anyways.
But she doesn't mean you can't go back to it. I mean,
Exactly.
I always wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
But I had to take there weren't roles for people who looked like me back in the 80s and 90s. No. So I had to take a whole trip around Jake's barn to get back to the front door. But I didn't start acting until I was 38. And, most people would say, no, you need to be skinny and 20 and all of that. And that's not true. So I didn't listen to if I had listened to anybody at that time, I mean, the headlines were saying, don't come to Hollywood if you're black or you're over 30 or you're a woman.
Wow.
I mean, Hollywood's gone through a lot of changes since then.
I hope for the better.
Well, yeah, hopefully,
Yeah.
but
With ebbs and flows.
yeah, I mean
Ebbs
that's
and
all
Yeah.
industries are that
Yeah.
way. But you just have to find your way. But the bottom line is you don't listen to anybody else. You have to do it, and you have to live it with intention. If you say you're going to do music, you just put it out in the universe. Be expecting the universe to echo you.
I want to do
Or
music. Yeah.
yeah, but you
Exactly.
got to claim it and
Yeah.
you got to manifest it. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
You really have to go through the manifestation process to bring these riches and this abundance to you. It just doesn't happen because if you don't think about it, you can't bring about it.
You don't think about it, you can't bring about it. Like that line. I like that
Yeah,
line.
and the music has got to be more than just I'm taking a lesson. Like, what do you want to
Yeah,
do? Do you
with
want to go out
intention.
on like? Do you literally want to perform?
Oh yeah,
in front
yeah.
of
So
people?
I am a performer. I said, I was in marching band. I was in jazz band and stuff like that. I want
So
to
now
get
that's
back.
your next level. You want to perform.
I want to get back to that level where, and I literally was looking online. Okay, I'm ready now. I'm
All
ready.
right, you
to-
get you a long yellow pad
yeah
and a
write-
pen and write it down because when you write it down, that's more
Power.
power
Right.
behind. And write it down. Write it as if you're already living the life. I'm about to go perform in Carnegie Hall tonight. I'm wearing this. I'm going to be playing this. I'm going to go out to dinner afterwards. I mean, see it.
Yes.
And some people call that scripting
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
visualizing,
Right, yeah.
whatever it is. But you've got to believe it. You've got to bring that vibration
Right.
into alignment with your dreams.
I guess.
Feel it as if it's a feeling. You've got to feel as if you're playing that trumpet on the stage of Carnegie Hall. And when you feel it, your vibration will go higher. It takes work.
Yeah, it does.
It does take
It
work.
does.
It's not just wishing and dreaming, but you've got to do the work behind it too.
And you all have done. What did you do this type of work, or you just whatever? I'm going to do this, and what you know.
I remember one of the things I wanted to do was I wrote down that I wanted to buy my first apartment by the time I hit 35. And all of a sudden I'm 35 and I'm buying my first apartment. So and I said that I wanted to be out of corporate, retired from corporate by the time I was 55. And I got pushed out or ready to they pushed me out in the universe, pushed me out at 54. So I think that you do have to script and you have to believe that, this is what, you have to be excited. I always say that I tell people all the time, I used to watch Dr. Phil all the time. And one of the things in the beginning, he said, you have to be excited about your life, but you also have to have this, I don't know if maybe this is what emotion is, or maybe angry, I didn't do this earlier and let me go ahead and do this. But whatever that is, it's got to help to feed the beast. It's got to help you actually get to the next level. And so, always writing it down, always saying that these things are popping up and also asking yourself, or saying these things are owed to us. I am excited about what the next step is. And I said,
So where's my husband at? Then.
Well, you know what? Maybe you're not really putting that out there. Maybe,
I think I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. Where's my husband?
See, another thing is that you can't be afraid of someone saying no.
Yeah.
You got to
exactly.
do like I was told, why are you wasting your time doing this? And I go, because I want to do it. And
Exactly.
if you get accepted, you get accepted. If you get rejected, move on to the next person. And I just lucked out. My glass place in China closed down, where I cast in blue glass. And I just we're going to Italy, and I wrote a place in Italy that supposedly does experimental glass sculptures. Said, here's my website. Let's meet. We went over, met, and guess what? Next month, I'm going to cast glass in Murano, Italy.
You go, boy. That is beautiful. Beautiful,
this is
beautiful.
awesome.
See, that's what I'm saying. And see, you know what? After what I'm going to say after 40. Okay, after 40, you could change. You can do whatever the kids might be gone. I don't know. You might start having kids early. I don't know. Whatever. But you can definitely follow your dreams if you try. We got 3 people here who just told me, write it down, visualize, and attack. That's what you do.
And pray.
And pray.
And pray a lot.
And pray. All right, so we're about to get out of here
Yeah.
real soon. I definitely want to ask you one by one, all the things that you have done in your life right now, if you had to do it over, what would you do or be, Rolonda?
Same thing. I might add Broadway in there.
Yeah, you definitely got the Broadway.
Yeah,
vibe.
but everything I've done, I'm very blessed. I thank God for the gifts He gave me, and I hope the way I've used those gifts, that is a gift back to Him.
It is. It is. You have inspired the world, seriously.
Thanks.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much. Miss Bates?
Oh man, you know, I'm like Rolonda. I've been writing since I was like a little kid, and I remember the first time. And it's so funny coming full circle. I used to watch soap operas with my grandmother and my mother. And I'd come home and I'm like, "Why are y'all crying?" And so and so died. You're like, "What?" And I used to go outside and I would make up characters, and I would, because I was the youngest of four. And I'm so blessed to be able to have the ability to create, and also be able to not only just create, but to share that with the world. And
Yeah.
so I wouldn't change that. Like I said, I would obviously from the tech side, but even now it's like still being able to be a creator.
Because that's who you are. Everybody in this room is definitely a creator at some
and
sort.
And so, I wouldn't change that for the world. I mean, I think that I'm happy that I've always had the dual track, being the executive, but also following my dream is in being a creator. And I think that's really important.
Charles.
Well, when I thought about your question, I realized I'm the kind of person who looks ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The past is the past. I think, what do I want to do next?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's carried through, and I've sort of set my goals I always wanted to cast glass with Murano. I never thought it would happen. But when the opportunity came, I asked, and I got a good answer. I never knew I was talented when I was young. I was, a good student. I worked hard. I worked very hard as a lawyer. And then I realized there was something more in life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I went into art. And I didn't know I was talented. And people have told me, keep going. And as you know, I've ended up showing all over the world. And I wouldn't do it any different way. I had it. If something went wrong, hey, move on.
Right.
So
right.
my attitude is, what can I do in the future?
Yeah.
You've inspired me to take an art class in the future.
I know.
See?
This is like so great.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
There's another thing I need to do.
Well, there's someone who works at TD Bank.
Mm-hmm.
She's retiring. And she said to me, how old are you? And she said, where are you going? And she knows I'm a sculptor. And she said, I'm thinking of retiring. And so, Dolores, what do you want to do when you retire? She said, I want to be a singer. I've always written music. So I said, go for it. There are sound studios that you can record and just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it,
Yeah.
And I think that's the motto of all three of us.
Yep.
Just do it.
Just
That's
do it.
right. That's
Ain't
right.
nothing to it but to do it.
That's
Thank you
right.
all for stopping by my show. Before we go, we have to do my special little dance with your eyes and everything. So I'm going to definitely get the chair and put it in front of the camera right here, because that's the name of the show. It's called Eyes on T. We got to show off your eyes too.
And pretend we're looking at you.
Yes. Actually, you're looking at the world.
No, but we're going to pretend we're looking at you.
Yes,
Right,
exactly. You can
right.
pretend you look and so all it is, he's going to play when he gets the chair in front of the camera. You're going to sit down in the chair
And
I'll
make
show you.
Google eyes.
And make Google eyes to the camera. Exactly, exactly. My next show is going to definitely be about breast cancer. It is Breast Cancer Month, so I'm going to have some people in here talking about their journey of breast cancer and surviving, exactly what it is. Please like, share, and subscribe to Eyes on T on YouTube, Eyes_on T on Instagram, and everywhere else. All right? But anyways, before I get out of here, can you all tell the people or anybody, anything about your websites or how do they get in touch with you? If they want
Come
to
on,
create
Charlie.
or
Okay,
sculptures.
It's very simple. www.charleshechtart.com.
Okay.
And it has all my contact information.
Does it have pictures? I didn't even look at their website.
Yes. And I'm showing right now some sculptures at Justy, which is a men's store on 66 just off Madison.
Yes.
And I'm excited about going to Murano.
Okay. Yeah. When are you leaving again?
Sometime in November, probably,
Okay.
or early December. I just never thought they would ever accept a foreign sculptor there.
You
'cause
go,
it's so
boy.
provincial.
That's all I got
So
to say. You
I'm
go.
just open-eyed and saying, I don't know where it's going to go, but it can't go anywhere.
It can't get any. It can get better than this. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't work, I've had a great experience.
There you go. That's all you got. That's how you got.
That's awesome.
How they get in touch with you, Miss Bates?
Very easy. www.Lorisa, Lorisa, Bates.com.
Yes. If you want to take classes for.
I've been taking classes. Well, actually, I do teach classes, but if you're looking at consulting work, then yes, you can
Okay,
reach
there
out
you
to
go.
me.
And Miss Rolonda Watts has voiceovers.
Yes, voice acting masterclass.
Yes, great class. Take it.
Yeah, and I also have Rolonda's Reinvention Retreat. So
See?
you can come and tune in. Go to Rolonda.com, www.rolonda.com, ROLONDA.
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 All right. Well, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for talking with me about your lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Please
T.
come back.
And
Definitely
thank you
come
for
back
having
one
us.
day soon. But thank you so much. Hey, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace. Have a good one.